that cool? That's a lot of fun. That's Georgie Girl by The Seekers, one of my favorite songs ever from the 1960s. And I just learned that they displaced the Beatles' White Album for weeks, I think in 1968. And I never knew that. So it's one of 3 60s folk songs that I'm going to show you how to play in just minutes. Easy peasy. And I have another video, it's part 1, where I did Bob Dylan and the Byrds and the Mamas and Papas. Today we're going to do another Bob Dylan song. It's Blowin' in the Wind, and then Sound of Silence by Simon and Garfunkel. So let's just get right to it. So this is Blowin' in the Wind by Bob Dylan. You put a capo on the 7th fret. That's what makes this thing so cool. Sounds like a ukulele. Capo on the 7th fret, and then a G major. Hey, and before we get started, hit that like button. It'll help me grow the channel and more people learn about 60s folk music. So G major, and I put this finger right here, not just on the high E string, but on the B string on the 10th fret. 10th fret, so you go low, high, like that. So low, like that. Then you do this walk down to C major, up to D major. But the C major, you got 10th fret of the A string, 9th fret of the D string, and then you never really release those fingers, at least at this point. So it's a C major, but with those on the 10th fret still. Do that one time, then you go down to the 9th fret on that A string and release the open D string right there, and up to the D major, a regular D major now. And again, you do the low notes of the D major and a double strum right there, and back to the G. So all together so far. Isn't that cool? Very fun. Then do it again. Must call him a man. But after that one, you go back to the G. So it does the same thing again, just goes to the G. Here's the whole thing so far. Back to the G, and then lift this finger off, hit the open E and hammer it right back onto that 10th fret of the E string. So very cool, huh? Then it does it again. Like that. Then after a couple of those, it goes the answer, my friend. So that one goes to a C major. So you could probably do it the same way, like that, where you have this finger right here, or play a regular C major. Answer, my friend. That's, again, C major, so you got that finger on the 10th fret of the A string, go down 1 fret, that's the 9th fret of the A string, and you still have this finger on the 8th fret of the B string, and in between are the open G and open D strings, and that E's fine. So it goes, see, just like that. Very cool. And then D major is blowing, G major, and then when you go to the G, it's blowing in. If you can hit that note, you're already in the G major, so that's the 9th fret of the A string. It does this little walk up to back to the C. So, isn't that cool? The answer is blowing, D major, G, and then you get out your harmonica and you rock that thing if you got one. All right, let's go to the next one. We're gonna go down 1 fret. It's the Sound of Silence by Simon and Garfunkel. All right, we're starting off here with an A minor with the capo on the 6th fret. And because we're in an A minor, your finger is right here on the 8th fret of the G string. So hit that, then the open E string, and then the open B string, back to the open E, and back to that 8th fret of the G. So for now, you don't really even play a whole A minor, it's just that one note. Practice that for a minute, and then it goes A minor. Hello, darkness, my old friend, G major. Could be a regular G major. I've come to talk with you again, A minor. Because of vision, softly, F major, C. To F, and a vision that was planted in my brain, C major. does this little walk down and right back up to C. So vision in my brain, C still remains down to A minor. So C major, it's really the same little walk down we just did in Blowin' in the Wind. 8th fret of that A string and then do an A minor. Back to C, and that's the sound, G major of silence. And then it goes, in restless dreams I walk alone. G major, A minor. It's basically the same thing over again. F, C, and my eyes, F, were stabbed by the neon light. C, split the night, back to C, and it touched the sound, the G of silence. And you can bring that back in whenever you want to sound just like the record. Then it goes through verse after verse until, you know, the sounds of the prophets are written on the studio walls. Or is that them or is that Rush? Maybe Rush copied them. All right, let's go to the next one. We're going to move our capo down 2 spots and play that song from the beginning, Georgie Girl by the Seekers in G major. And you get your whistling ready. G major, B minor, C major to D major. So A, B minor, C, D, G, B minor, C, D, nobody good. C, now you hang on C major for a minute and then the loneliness, F major, D major. Right there. Give it a sort of a pop inside you, or you could do a D7th like that. Does it again. G major, B minor, C, D, G, B minor, C, G, could it be you, B minor, C, and this time it goes to F a little earlier, or is it the close, and now it goes to a D, but instead of a regular D, take this finger and lay it down on the 7th fret, or use your pinky to do that. So pinky on the 7th fret, then you remove it, regular D major, and then remove this finger, so you're playing the open E string, but the rest of a D major, and then do a full D major. So I'll give you that part. It goes, could it be just a try or F? Isn't that cool? Then it goes into sort of the chorus here. E minor, you're always B minor, window shopping, but C, never stopping to buy, G major, and now it goes to a B major. So shed those E, A, D, and I thought that was one of the coolest progressions. It's so 60s, isn't it? So I'll do that fast. Ready? B minor, C, shopping to buy, G, B major, E, A, D. You can hit a D7th if you want to, a little bit, and then it has one more round before it goes into the guitar chorus or solo. A there, again, G, B minor, Georgie Girl, D, there's another B minor, C, D, and then here's where it goes into this last little thing. G major, bring out all the love, you hide, that's B minor, C, hide, and then an O to D major to E minor. Isn't that cool? It does this little walk down from E minor, and you hit the open D string. Try not to hit the low strings when you do that. And then it goes to a C major, the world will see, C major to D7th, a new Georgie Girl, and then G, C, G, D. So let me give you that part right there. I'll start with the E minor. It goes, you're always window shopping, C, G, B, E, A, D. And here's that last part. G there, C, D, G, B minor, C, D, G. Bring out all the love you hide, and D, E minor. Walk down the world, C, major. A new Georgie girl. You know, get out your whistling and play that solo right there. In fact, you know what? I forgot to play the solo. Let's do that. You hit an open G string, and then the B string on the 7th fret. Then the 9th fret of the B, back to the 7th fret of the B string. Hit it twice. Now you do this fun little walk up from the open G, 6th fret of the G, open B string, 5th fret of the B, back to open, 6th fret of the G, open G, back to the 6th fret of the G, and then open D string. So that all together so far. Then it goes. So this time you're open G, 6th fret of the G, open B, 5th fret of the B, open B, and then open G. And now you go to the 9th fret of that B string, down to the 7th, down to the 5th fret of the B, hit it again, open B, 6th fret of the G, open G, back to the 6th fret. So. And after that, go back to the 7th fret of the B string, and hit the 9th fret right there. Okay, we've covered it all. I spent a long time on that one because that's a lot of fun. If you play it with a record right here on the 4th fret, it'll be just a blast to strum along or pick or whistle, you know, or you get out a flute. I think there's a flute and a whistle. All right, I'm done yapping. Let me know what you think. I'd love to hear it in the comments and give me some more suggestions for some 60s folk. I'm thinking about doing another in this series that includes Monday, Monday by the Mamas and Papas. And then one of the all-time classics, Turn, Turn, Turn. Maybe you've heard that one. All right, catch you later.